You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
What we got here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
For lack of a better word, is good.
You know what I mean?
Money to be made in a place like this. Money never sleeps, pal.
You're crazy.
You know what it takes to sell real estate?
It takes brass.
I'm falling, and I can't get up.
All right, welcome to Money Never Sleeps, the show where we talk about anything and everything that impacts the flow of money from around the corner to around the world. Happy Titan Tuesday, everyone. I hope that the week has started off on a good note for you. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Velazquez, and you'll get a front row seat to my insight, rants, personal endeavors, so on and so forth. And it does get interesting at times. You can listen to Money Never Sleeps Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn. So if you have Amazon, the Echo, you can just put, I guess you can just say, play Money Never Sleeps Radio, and it will come on. Google Play Music, Player FM, and many more. Looking to get additional distribution. We're working hard to bring good content onto the show, but also get distribution so it'll reach more people. And I just want to start off the show with some sad news, pretty sad news. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, a visionary, he passed away yesterday from cancer. He was battling cancer for a while, and it just caught up to him. Without him, the personal computing market, what we know today, wouldn't have advanced as it did. My prayers go out to the Allen family. He was only 65, and if that doesn't tell you that you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, I mean, you can't enjoy it to the end. And taking care of yourself is important. Again, I mean, this should be part of your lifestyle, your regimen, just for the benefit of you. It doesn't benefit anyone else but you. Well, it benefits your family if you're around for a while, right? They get to enjoy your presence for longer than probably some of them would want. But still, you're around a lot longer, able to enjoy your successes and reap the rewards of what you've accomplished. Again, my prayers go out to the Allen family. Sad, cancer sucks. Cancer sucks. Impacts so many people, impacts so many families. And I just hope that they do find a cure. That should be at the forefront of things. And I think that they may be coming close to that. So we'll see. The cannabis industry, you have a lot of terminally ill patients that use, cannabis to soothe things, which is a good thing. And the industry itself is literally on fire. No joke. It's on fire. It's actually, booming, especially in Canada. What was once something that people were put in jail for, a long time ago, people, if you were selling, if you're selling, weed on the corner or transporting across state lines or from this place to that place, that was as bad as transporting or selling cocaine. You went to jail. Some people went to jail for 10, 20 years for that. But what has been that on that level of bad things is now becoming an acceptable business. Go figure how things change. Then again, during Prohibition, a lot of people, during that time, the bootleggers, a lot of people got killed, put in jail, everything else, because, alcohol was outlawed. But that is different today. Canada is ramping up their efforts, and they've already legalized medicinal marijuana. And medicinal marijuana on a state-by-state or county-by-county level in the United States is legal, and even some recreational is legal, but not on a federal level. Now, from what I understand in Canada, that they're legalizing recreational marijuana as well, That's a big change. That's a game changer for them. The tax revenue that they're going to get from that is going to be horrendous. They're going to be able to actually additionally fund their projects over there, and it opens the door for so much more business in the space. And look, Canada right now is at the forefront of that because they can raise capital. You know, the companies are there. They're raising capital, legally raising capital, and advancing that industry on the medicinal end, and the recreational end, different strains, this and that, and they're coming up with new technologies for growing. You know, they grow them outside, they grow them inside. You know, they're coming up with a lot of things, a lot of innovation in the space, which I believe that innovation and those funds going in there can actually help the farming industry in general, because you're coming up with new technology to grow weed. You're going to come up with new technology to grow tomatoes and to grow peppers and grow whatever it is that needs to be grown, and hopefully feed the world. So that's the way I look at it. There's a plus side to all of this, because look, it's a plant, right? It's a plant that grows, and if they're able to innovate in that industry, they're going to be able to innovate across the board. Now, because of these advances in Canada, you have a number of U.S.-based cannabis companies, and they're doing something that some would consider shady business, and they're incorporating in Canada solely to raise capital and raise substantial capital. And then what they do, they get the financing, okay, and they take it across from Canada to the United States to finance their U.S. operations. See, that is a problem, okay? And when you go and you acquire funds illegally and you repatriate them, you can face a problem. It becomes a federal crime in the U.S. to do that. Repatriating funds raised in something that is considered illegal on a federal level here in the U.S. And sending those funds to the U.S. could force the hand of the United States government, the federal government. A reaction, you know, could follow there. That deal. And again, what would the reaction be? Who knows? It could be good. It can be bad. You know, I think at some point, cannabis will be legalized on the medicinal and recreational front in the United States, but it's not going to happen during this administration. And if President Trump gets reelected, which is very possible, you're not going to see this legalized for some time. So you'll have the companies doing what they're doing. Again, it's a growing industry, but once those doors open up, it's going to be interesting. You know, but I don't think. See, it's very costly to grow marijuana, especially on that level. If you have a couple of plants, that's one thing. You have a whole farm, that's a different story. A lot of power. You have a lot of water that's used, a lot of lights, a lot of warmth, a lot of heat, a lot of everything that takes place. And just like, you know, mining Bitcoin, okay, it's costly to mine Bitcoin, and it gets harder and harder over time. The power consumption is ridiculous. So I guess we'll see what happens. You know, again, I think the cannabis industry is growing by leaps and bounds, and those that are in it and have a good handle on what is going on, they're going to do well. You're going to have a lot of smaller players that are going to fall out of the picture because they don't have a handle on it. The bigger guys they'll grow and they'll make things happen. So, but on that front, you know, just kind of moving on from I mentioned Bitcoin, Fidelity. You know the brokerage firm, you know the bank. I mean they're one of the biggest out there, and they're going into the cryptocurrency business. And what they've done is they created a standalone company that will act as a custodian for institutional investors. And what that means is that what they've done is they enhance the game. They enhance the game across the board in cryptocurrency, because with that, I'm pretty sure that additional distribution is going to come into play. You're going to have institutional players that have been sitting on the sidelines waiting waiting to go and throw their money into this. And now they're going to have the opportunity to do it. The reason they haven't done it, it could be restrictions in the corporate charters. It can be fear of going out and buying a crypto, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever series of cryptos that are out there, and buy it. Then all of a sudden, because they have no protection, they wind up losing their coins. So they can't take that risk. So this changes it, and this makes things better, and I'm sure that there's going to be insurance protection, just as any bank would have. And again, this is going to change the game. People aren't looking at it the way they should, because with anything, you get additional distribution. The supply and demand is going to come into play. So with the major cryptos, the supply and demand is going to come into play, and with other cryptos too, because it all comes down to who's been sitting on the sidelines. Private equity firms, banks, brokerage firms, family offices, clearing houses. They all, right now, because of Fidelity, they'll have a path to trade various cryptocurrency with confidence that their investments are safe. Not that they're going to win or lose, but that their investments are safe, that whatever they're doing, they can focus on the trade, they can focus on the investment. They don't have to worry about, oh my God, are my coins going to be there in the morning? None of that. Custodians. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. This is one of the big things in this world right now, and in the crypto world, are hacking. You can get hacked. Somebody gets your private key, they can take your coins, and there's nothing you can do about it. Actually, you can have your private key locked into a hard drive, and then all of a sudden the hard drive goes, boom, can't access it, and no one can help you. So, there are a lot of things there that can happen, and this is why the security is so important. And Fidelity, they're going to solve these issues and more. This is the beginning of what is to come. This is why, I was very excited months ago when Megahood, they took over the development and future development and maintenance of the Pecu Novus digital asset network. The escrow system with Pecu Novus is key, because that allows individuals to actually, and businesses, institutions, to go and exchange coins, but do it in a way that if they're going to use it for, let's say, for an import-export deal, maybe they're transporting oil or grain or a number of things, even gold, precious metals, or if they're buying a $20 item. Doesn't matter. You can put the coins in escrow until you receive the item. Okay, and with the dual and triple confirmation features that are in place, it makes it easier on both ends to be secure about it. And the Megahood Vault is a beautiful thing. It works just as a physical bank would work. You have your vault where you hold your cryptocurrencies, your digital documents. That's going to be coming up. You can hold your digital documents and a few other items, digital items. And one of the underlying elements here is a safety deposit box. Okay, where you can actually go and put your coins, your digital documents in a safety deposit box. That makes it even safer. And it allows you to do peer-to-peer transfers from one coin to another, and so on and so forth. So a lot of good things there. And the advances that are going to be taking place over the next several months are going to be amazing. And, the Pecu Novus Digital Asset Network, looks forward to working with other institutions, with getting involved in what they're doing with the innovation, getting involved with expanding not only what Pecu Novus is doing, but what they're doing to make it better for the investment community, make it better for business. Because Pecu Novus was built for business, for global business, where businesses can perform transactions safely, securely, okay, and cost effectively. They're not spending money on all these crazy fees that banks, wind up charging. And it's funny with the bank, the bank borrows money from the Federal Reserve here in the United States, and they lend it out to the general public. And usually they're like doubling or tripling their money with the interest payments. So yeah, it's like a highway robbery. What did Ally Bank say? They said it was the greatest heist of all time, that it's right under your nose, and it becomes the fault of the depositors. So banks they're filling up their coffers based on deposits that are there, and they're lending this stuff out. They're making a boatload of money. I guess that's why they're growing by leaps and bounds. But Fidelity, they're doing something to throw cryptocurrency out there and have a mass distribution on that. And I know right now they're doing Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I know that they're going to do many other viable cryptos. And the Pecu Novus itself is going to be doing a lot of great development as well. So as I said, Pecu Novus, I believe, is going to be a key player in the future in this space. Okay, but anyway, that's about it for this Tuesday. I want to thank you for listening, and we'll be back with you tomorrow with the next segment of Money Never Sleeps Radio. As I said before, we're looking to bring on some guests, and that's something over the next couple of months we're going to start arranging and scheduling, because we'll be in another studio, and things should be very interesting at that point, and get you some nice information, useful information, not nice, but useful information for you. Okay. On that note, again, thank you very much for listening to Money Never Sleeps Radio, and I'll be back with you for the next segment. Until then, I hope that you have a very profitable trading day. Thank you.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio in your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
All opinions expressed by Luis Velazquez on the Money Never Sleeps radio show and its website are solely his opinions and do not reflect the opinions of the UCW radio show or their parent company or affiliates, and may have been previously disseminated by him on television, radio, internet, or another medium. You should not treat any opinion expressed by him as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of his opinion. His opinions are based upon information he considers to be reliable, but neither the UCW radio show nor its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries warrant its completeness or accuracy, and it should not be relied upon as such. The UCW radio show, Luis Velazquez, its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries are not under any obligation to update or correct any information provided on the radio show or on the website. His statements and opinions are subject to change without notice. No part of his compensation from the UCW radio show is related to the specific opinions he expresses. Please read the full disclaimer on MoneyNeverSleepsRadio.com.